What about electrolytes and different types of supplements that are out there that are supposed to help keep you hydrated during these really high heat times?
Yeah, that's a great question. There are a lot of products, and they all compete, for obvious reasons, because that's a great market in Texas, especially given the heat. But you do need some electrolytes. You need some salt at some point. We often talk to people about reducing salt because, blood pressure and swelling, all kinds of things. But the truth is, when you sweat, you're sweating salt water out of the body, sodium chloride. So you need some electrolytes. You need some potassium at some point, some magnesium. So an easy way to do that is a sports drink, the famous ones, of course, Gatorade, Powerade, etc. You can get a sugar-free formula if you have diabetes or you just don't do well with sugar. You can get a reduced sugar product. You can get the full sugar and the electrolytes, which, most like high school, college athletes are fine with. And those are all very helpful for hydration as well. There also are some gels. If you don't have that great taste, you can squirt the gel in your mouth and swallow it. I've tried them. I think they're disgusting. But, that's beside the point. If you're really dehydrated, you're going to love it because your body needs it. And so, I frequently talk about water hydration because water is the fundamental key. I honestly don't think you should drink 5 liters of, say, Gatorade. I had 5 liters of water yesterday and some electrolytes, and that was a good balance, I think, for the heat I was facing. And so you don't want to overdo the electrolytes because you can actually irritate the kidneys from way too much in the way of electrolytes or sugar. But, a bottle, say, of a sports drink mixed in with a couple or, in conjunction with a couple of bottles of water, certainly a good way to hydrate. So those things really do work. They are scientifically designed and proven, and you absolutely need some body fluids as you are sweating, your own electrolytes away.
Right, and I want to go back to the cooler, like the hats. I'm now starting to see a lot of my moms who have younger kids doing almost like they're like swim shirts. They breathe, they're cool, but they're long sleeve and they cover up your neck and shoulders. So I think that's all smart, especially if your kid's going to be out for longer than just like an hour and a half. I really do want to give props for the neck things that you get cold, you get them wet.
Oh yeah,
and then they stay cold. First
yeah.
of all, they're very affordable. I know Michael and I taking the kids out to various, Girl Scout or Boy Scout camping trips. Anywhere we went where we were doing like a trip, like we went out to a historical, a couple of different historical war fields and memorial sites, and all of us, were rocking the neck things, and I'm telling you, it makes a really big difference. Them from the point of view of being, younger kids, you want to make sure that they're safe and their brain doesn't overheat. But as you get older, it's just harder, and especially with health complications. Those are inexpensive, affordable. You can get them anywhere. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Age is a risk factor for heat-related illness.
Yes.
Certainly some medications are too, diuretics for blood pressure. Other medicines can make you a little more sensitive to sunlight and the heat. And so that's a known mechanism. So, if you're running around with the younger portion of your family, you may find they tolerate the heat a little better. Same thing true, like I was mentioning earlier, with altitude sickness. Age is a risk factor for increased sensitivity to altitude as well. So they're kind of a similar mechanism, but either way, you're right. You definitely want to preserve the brain of the child because you need them to take care of you in your old age. But you want to preserve your own brain too. And so, the key again is hydrate beforehand. And frankly, if you're not going to the bathroom about once an hour or more frequently, and if the urine is a dark color in any way, then you are not hydrating enough.
Okay.
You should be basically having to run to the bathroom every, 30 to 60 minutes, and it should be clear to light yellow. And that's your best indicator that you're hydrated. That's easier than doing a test on the specific gravity of the urine, for instance,
See, now
if you're hydrated.
That's good to know, because I've been doing that about every 30 to 60 minutes out on the farm, and my urine has been light color, but I thought I was getting the old man syndrome. I'm like, goodness gracious, I'm going to the bathroom every hour.
Yeah.
No, that's good to know.
You're too young to be old.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're old, we're in trouble.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, you're doing the right thing if that's the case.
No, that's the case. That's what's happening.
What you're doing is protecting. Yeah, you are protecting your kidneys and therefore the rest of the body, because kidneys do the fluid regulation, of the body. And so you are protecting yourself from the intensity of the heat and of dehydration-related problems by doing that.
Yeah, because, I mean, I would drink...
it's very important to respect the heat.
I would drink a whole bottle of water, and I felt like I was just immediately going to the bathroom. I'm like, goodness gracious, I can't retain any of my fluids. And so now I'm glad to hear that. Dr. Clothier, quick question from one of the crew members. What about mosquito sprays, bug sprays? What's too much DEET? What's not enough DEET? How do we keep these critters off of us?
Great question. Yeah, you do need to keep them off of you because, and by the way, chiggers are going to be a huge problem right now because of all the rain and wet grass and all that. So, there are chiggers and mosquitoes, other organisms out there that can bite us. So, what I recommend is spray your clothes, spray it like around your socks. You can spray your shoes. You can spray the collar at the back of your neck and minimize the amount on your skin. And that way that you will not smell as attractive to them. From the standpoint of chiggers, they won't want to crawl up your leg and get under the elastic like of the sock as the sock is sprayed. Sulfur powder put on your shoes just a little bit can keep chiggers away too. You may also keep your neighbors away because it kind of has a strong smell. But those things are important, and you can put a dryer sheet in your pocket. Also helps keep mosquitoes away. Apple cider vinegar taken in orally can keep your smell down from the carbon dioxide standpoint. There are a lot of strategies there, but I wouldn't overspray skin. For children, spray only clothing. But if their clothing has mosquito repellent on it, that will reduce their odds of bites considerably. Nothing is perfect. That'll reduce them considerably.
All right. Well, Dr. Clothier, I know that we have peaked 8 o'clock.
Excellent.
And so we want to thank you. Well, you do, but thank you so very much for all the information.
Yeah, good
especially
stuff.
as this temperature continues to climb into the high 90s.
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting any cooler soon.
Have a blessed week.
Be safe.
All right, you as well.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
That's all good information because we've made such a jump, such a drastic jump. We literally went from it being